All right. Hello, everybody, current and future viewers. We're continuing the Bloodlords campaign. We're entering Volume 3 of this journey. And we also have our usual shakeup of our personnel here. Um, in Bloodlords, the party has gained some renown. And actually, since the end of the second volume, when the party completed its quest to bring down the witch coven that was behind a secret poisoning plot that was trying to poison the food supply of Grey Dirge and possibly other towns of Geb, with agriculture being the chief export and central to Geb's economy. The party has gained some renown. You're invited to events. Your word of you has been spread among some of the elites of Geb, and you have more prestige. Some party members elected to stay in Eled or to continue to work for Berlin Haldoli, the animator's bloodlord that the party's been working for, but in some other capacity. And we have some other members who are joining the party now. So I'll just, well, I don't know if you guys, the current players, want to. Dyn Marw, you were arrested for much of the last chapter. Feel free to say anything you'd like about what might have transpired in the last few months, and we're going to resume in Grey Dirge, by the way, in the Calic manner, the manner that the party obtained early in the adventure.
So yeah, Dyn attacked the professor during a lecture. Well, okay, it wasn't during a lecture; it was after a lecture. Which
so it's only a misdemeanor.
It was not a huge deal. Don't worry about it too much. So he spent a while in prison. The time in prison was fine, very uneventful for being in prison. But now he's out.
Once the rest of the party was able to show that she was
evil.
Yes. Well, going to harm Geb.
You know.
Yeah.
Evil of a way.
Mm-hmm.
And are we not all? So now, we're just getting back on track. Gonna change the Gebite beauty standards. Let's go.
Yes, a worshiper of Belial, and a cleric.
Yes.
All right. Our other, one of our original OG members, Morgan's.
Yeah. Our resident psychic Papa Ghost, who I guess is now on his way to becoming a bloodlord.
Yeah. I think your archetypes are Ghost, obviously, and the Harrower as well.
Yep.
Okay.
Read people's fortunes, and then basically play Gambit.
Okay.
But without the Cajun accent.
Oh, wait, hold on. I need to pull up something. Zombie Feast, Art Gallery. Okay. Here's Berlin Haldoli. Yeah. Foundry has this weirdness where I have to wait 5 seconds before I can show the portrait. She's actually alive. She's a halfling necromancer with a kind of macabre and intimidating sense of humor. She seems to have some she has a superficially friendly demeanor, but she at times levies threats with a smile. She also loves food and entertaining people with delightful dinners. She is part of the Reanimators. She's the only bloodlord in Grey Dirge, and she's responsible for the food supply that's produced there. So yeah, our two new characters. I think we were saying that you guys were have some relationship to Berlin Haldoli. So who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm Dylan. I'm playing the Sacrifice, which will be strange for people to refer to me as, but there you go. The Sacrifice was a human, they think. Memory's fuzzy. Somewhere in the Mwangi, some druids decided they need to sacrifice someone to gain primal power. They did this sacrifice. They threw the body on the pyre, and things didn't work out like they thought it should. And this undead being rose up with the power to manipulate plants and fire. Didn't really get along with the druids that well. Didn't really get along with anyone. Wandered around, and then heard about this place, Geb, and went over, and has some affinity with skeletons and zombies, and getting them to do the what they would like to do. So probably worked for Haldoli as a kind of wrangler for a while. I think that makes sense. And yeah, and I was also going to say, because something about Ash is going on here. So if anyone knows anything about Ash, it's someone who can use plant powers and fire powers. It turns
someone
out
who's been on fire.
Yes. I've got
As
first-hand
someone who's been
experience,
on
but not
fire, I
real
consider
depth,
myself a bit of an Ash expert.
All right.
Anything else? Yeah, earth,
Sorry, I might have
plant
missed
fire.
something. I might have said this before, but the druids, your name Sacrifice comes from, like why did the druids sacrificed you?
I mean, the identity is a very strange thing. They sacrificed someone. It's not clear to the sacrifice whether they are that person or they're a whole new entity. They're they're a skeleton. They don't, every so often they get fuzzy memories of what it was like to be a human. Okay. But they can't even remember their gender.
Okay. And the druids were sacrificing that entity for good fortune?
They never explained it.
Gotcha.
I mean, they just lay there for a while and then eventually got up, and the druids were surprised.
Gotcha. Okay. And next is it Layla?
Layla, yeah. So Layla is a Dampier human, and her mother originally was not from Geb, but became infected with vampirism while she was pregnant with Layla, and fled to the country to live a better undead life. Layla grew up here and is a very strong supporter of the nation of Geb, where she believes that, she got a second chance at a life there. And so she's a bit of a partisan. She's one of the celebrants for that reason. But she also has a little bit of a chip on her shoulder for being actually one of the living. She's never quite fit in among her, mother and her associates, which are true undead. So she's, found all these different esoterica and small things to try and gain some measure of power so that she can be a bit more in charge of her own fate, and has a little bit maybe of a complex about her status in the middle of the quick and the dead. I have also taken the martial archetype during that to kind of focus in on my battlefield expertise a little bit.
She is quite the leader, as I was looking at her abilities. She
a lot of auras.
Regalia implement, and the tome implement, so very multi-talented.
Taking one in each hand, so I don't really wield a weapon unless I absolutely need to.
Yes. Okay. So she has a bite, yeah?
Yeah, I took the Fang feat at first level to get a true vampire bite.
Okay. All right, here's Calic Manor, which has been the party's home base. Let's see here. So, yeah, you've had Argon the Annihilator, a disembodied hand as a servant, as well as a fae that the party met quite a while back when hunting one of the witches. Yeah, feel free to describe, anything you'd like about over the last couple months, how you guys might have known each other. You can even decide which is your room. Anything you'd like.
First, Morgan is going to greet and see how our was it Argamon?
Argon the Annihilator, who insists on being
Argon.
called by his full title.
The
How
Annihilator.
Argon the Annihilator is, and how the our little house goblin guy is, or how they are.
Okay.
As we're back from our business trip.
Kept everything tidy, yes? That's all they seem to care about. They're not particularly they said there's a lot of mail for you, which you see it's just like typical maintenance stuff.
Increase it by
Clearly
how
just
much?
keeps himself busy. He's not particularly, he doesn't look for much entertainment or amusement. And Argon the Annihilator is kind of the same. So they're kind of taken aback by your question. Why would you care? Or why would you care? Says Myrtlebin.
Just a happy house staff makes for an efficient house staff.
Well, I don't
And
need any
effective.
happiness in order to be efficient.
Very well, if me not asking if you're happy or not makes you happy, then I guess I won't ask.
All right. He walks on. He doesn't even seem offended by that.
Anyway, I've got some new bed sheets.
All right.
So do you need to like take the time to manifest the bed sheets back into corporality?
I guess so.
I think as written, he spends 10 minutes and can decide any and all things like they can have a new status.
I don't even know if I need to necessarily make them corporeal again if it's going to be for my bed.
Oh yeah, yours can be special.
If the bed
Now,
is
where-
incorporeal,
Where
then we
should
should
I
be
put?
good.
Where should I put those now that we're depositing them in the home?
Well, what is their fate? They had value, right?
Yeah, I was going to use them for my bed.
I guess you can
Souvenir.
I guess I can put a actor that is the manor. I just put on the map. A loot actor. Okay. Configure or there we go. Okay. Well, it's been about after a couple of months. There's been a couple of weeks of torrential rain.
Don't we live in a desert? Isn't Gavin a desert?
Eh?
I'm not sure about that. I know you're near the Mana Wastes, but you're also near the
The-
jungle.
Yeah, the Manawais are a desert. Gab's kind of very, I guess, savanna-ish.
I mean, they grow a lot of crops here, right? So it's some
Yeah.
kind of farmable land.
So I imagine some amount of our time is spent getting water out of the basement.
Yeah, yeah. You still
I've
have
had
that-
to cut back my vines significantly.
Hmm.
The other day, at around noon, I found it hard to move. I had to take my sickle and lop off some of these things.
You're looking very green these days, though. Sure, that's good.
Is it?
Verdant, I think, is the word we're looking for.
Mm. It suits
It's
you.
nice. Good luck.
I have just finished making sure all of our staff working in the fields are back on track after the hijinks some months ago. I hope this rain doesn't put us back off schedule again.
Yes, you've been in touch with
Well, we need to
Dolly.
keep any of our quick staff out of it because they could get sick, but the dead staff will be fine. We should be.
Ah, look at us. Talking
Have you
about
ever had to squeeze the mud out of the bones of a skeleton's foot? It just picks that stuff up. It's bad enough for my own feet.
You don't want the zombies getting waterlogged either.
Oh.
Yeah. Depends on who has holes where, I suppose. Can get in there. Some serious problems.
The bloat flies. Oh.
Yeah, it's been quite limited what you can do in the fields because of the rain as well. Berlin Haldoli, the whole plot, it became generally known that there was an effort to poison the food coming from Grey Dirge. And it's only recently that there's been, well, for a while there was kind of an irrational distrust of any food coming from Grey Dirge as a result after the news broke. However, the story of your heroism and how Berlin Haldoli's with the help of the party, was able to foil the plot, has lessened some of that suspicion. But the recent storms are making it hard to, while in the end, it's going to definitely provide water for the crops, it might ruin some crops as well. So there's been some worry recently.
Are these types of storms very unusual for the season that we're in?
It's normal for there to be rain, but not this much rain. It's kind of it is somewhat unusual.
I guess after a certain point when it becomes unusual, I guess my question is, could I use detect magic to tell if the rain is being caused by someone?
Well, I think detect magic has a 30-foot range.
Yeah.
The magic itself, I mean, the rain itself is not detecting magic.
Okay.
Well, and neither is it like the general area. Nothing unusual with that department.
Yeah. That's a, like, open the front door, look out, see there's rain, and go, not enough to be concerned yet. Close the door, kind of situation.
If the rain starts turning into acid or other weird effects, then maybe
that's when we're concerned.
Is it possible with nature to see if it's like unnatural rain? Like if the clouds just don't make sense or something like that?
Yeah.
They're zombie clouds.
I would say that.
They re-water themselves.
Do you know how to do secret checks in Foundry?
Yes. Okay, here we go.
Chat, there's arrow buttons at the bottom. And I think it's I always get these mixed up.
Oh.
Lines GM roll.
Yeah, blind is you only you see it. I think that's the term they use. All right, let's try and do this. Okay, roll mode, blind GM roll.
Okay. All right.
It's all question marks to me.
Perfect. All right. Do you guys have other things? Because I do want to find an answer. And
Yeah, I think I've been probably sitting in, since it's raining out, studying my tomes and everything. Is it possible for me to use my diverse lore to see if I've heard of any kind of strange, unnatural phenomenon or esoteric reason that we'd have continued rain? Lets me use my esoteric lore at a -2 for
yeah.
any
you
recall
can
knowledge.
Recall knowledge about anything with that.
Yeah. So I'll roll that blind as well.
Okay.
Lovely.
All right. What I'll say is that the sacrifice sees nothing amiss with the clouds, the weather patterns, the wind direction. Okay, real life rules lawyer talk. I was a big weather nerd, and I know various like I know about this stuff. You also conclude that the last time there's been this amount of rain is about 10 years ago. It's not that unusual. It's not enough to rouse suspicion to you. And Layla did not quite get enough check.
Is that -2?
Yeah, and actually that mattered in this case. Yet, the sacrifice rolled 20, you rolled 19.
Ah.
Every +1 matters.
Indeed. Pounding on the door on this particular night at around 11 p.m. on this stormy night.
Oh.
Lenore?
No, the name's Layla, actually.
I'm not sure what that meant, but I was saying that
it was the Raven joke, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was the Raven joke.
Oh, something I don't know.
For all those Poe heads out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, there is a knocking on the door.
Go answer the door. I don't know the layout of the house fair. I'm going to assume this is towards the entrance. Okay.
Over here.
Ah,
There.
there we go.
Okay.
Heading to the entryway.
I'm trying to get to where I need to be. Okay. Alright, you see a gaunt man wearing a black great cloak and charred crusader's armor that has fused to his rotting skin. It gives you a formal nod, standing out in the rain.
I welcome him in. Come in, come in.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have a guest.
He strides into the room. He doesn't bother to remove his cloak or boots. He tracks mud across the carpets. Dull red lights smolder like twin coals in his bruised face. Without a word, he produces a parchment bearing the royal seals of Geb and the court at Nechatar. And it identifies him as Zeldeg Bedlis, Spy Master of Geb.
What
Spy
master?
master?
Yes.
What do we owe this honor?
I come bearing news and an obligation. The news is this. Well, first he tells you, actually, that Lord Kirill, who was the lich that some of you interacted with last session, has made sure that there was an inquiry made at the highest levels of government about what might be behind the poisoning plot. Well, he tells you that a few of Geb's food exports vital to our nation's economy have been discovered tainted with the same alchemical poisons that you exposed. Of course, the potential damage to Geb's reputation has been minimized for now. We don't know whether the poison was introduced before or after you vanquished the hags, but as none of them were connected with food exports, it's clear they were working with someone else. I believe they were working for someone with the ability and desire to damage Geb's international standing. The Grave Claw, the Coven, cannot make more of a poison, of course, but any conspirator powerful enough to have the right connections is certain to have contingencies, and one of these may have already appeared. The hag, Iron Tavaya, whose alchemical expertise in combining tremor paste and brain grit was so vital, seems to have arisen again. She travels south, almost certainly to rendezvous with her mysterious master. She can lead to more information about the poison plot. Your obligation is this: to have battled this hag before and have triumphed. You are directed to accompany me south to find and question Iron Tavaya, to discover who awoke her from death and why. I have horses outside, and we ride tomorrow.
Well, if you're going to stay the night to ride tomorrow, I do ask that you take off your boots. I'm dragging mud into my home.
He tells you that you seem to be unaware of his nature. He describes himself as a grave knight.
All right.
He is fused
Were
with-
we not just discussing the difficulty undead have in removing mud from their feet?
He looks
That is
at
true.
you and says, "That is true." And meanwhile, Argon the Annihilator is getting quite. Your two servants are getting quite upset about the mud on the ground.
All right. I bring a chair to him and I say, sit there. And I have Argon the Annihilator wipe off his boots while the other one cleans up after him. And he goes, just for future, just ask. Just ask for a seat. That's all.
It's alright, this is why we have a mud room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without a word, he takes a seat.
Well, we best not be rude guests ourselves. Can we provide anything for you? I'm sure it was a long journey through the rain.
Nothing is. I require nothing.
Well, of course, would be honored to partake in this mission, and I guess we'll get ready tonight, leave in the morning.
Mm.
All right.
Layla and I will accompany these two so that we can have a larger group.
He nods.
If you would have them.
Okay, so
Alright.
I don't know if you have any questions for him.
Does he know where their meeting place is? You said she's heading south. Do we have an idea of what her end point is?
Well, she. He doesn't quite know. I'll point you to the map. He says that one lead that he has, the first solid lead, has her, puts her in the isolated village of Thornhearth. And I don't know if... Okay, you see this map?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything on this map that says Thornhearth?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Alright, only the GM can see it, apparently.
Okay.
Type.
But I'm gonna draw... I'm not sure how to reveal it to you. But I'm gonna draw
Like,
a circle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, there's a number of potential destinations. It could be towards Nechatar or the Field of Maidens. Those are the most significant things that he knows of
Oh,
in that direction.
boy, the Field of Maidens.
mm,
Iron Tavia's cottage is also on the map, her original cottage, which the party visited before.
So clearly
But she
she's not
was
headed
slain
there.
there
Yes.
at the cottage.
And then the cottage tried to eat us.
Yes, it did.
Were no agents of the state sent to revive her corpse for use in the fields?
She, I don't know if you remember, Morgan, what exactly happened when she died. Do you?
I believe she got sucked. Was it her or her apprentice that got sucked into the cauldron?
She, like, sank to the ground. And then
Oh.
the house tried to eat you.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was no body there to reanimate at the time, and now she's
Nope.
reappeared.
Well, also, it's in the middle of the Axon Wood. It's kind of a... It's very much a kind of a fey sort of forest. It
Yeah.
has a lot of its own crazy lore.
So all I know is that she travels south. Why or at whose bidding is yet a mystery. One I intend to solve with your help. She's likely to be far more dangerous now than she was in life. But with our combined strength and wit, we can handle her. We will follow her trail, seeking clues about what type of undead she's become, and how we might best confront her.
What evidence is there that she is in fact undead?
Well,
the quick don't tend to get back up after you kill them.
Yeah. She...
I wasn't there. I only heard that she sunk to the ground. Perhaps it was a ruse.
I don't know about the
Quick
details
or
of her death
deceptive.
went out. Just
I
that
take
she
offense
was
to that.
dispatched. The Gravedive tells you that that's what was communicated, that she was killed, and that was the first assumption. But divinations have found that she seemed well. They have her. They spotted her in Thornhearth. But well, these are assumptions. That's all I can say. These are theories.
Hmm.
Their divinations only found that she was in Thornhearth.
Well, whether she's quick or dead, if she's back, we need to hunt her down.
Yes.
And the village is on the way to the other possible locations, so... Chances are we'll at least find some leads if she has left the village.
Okay. You are Morgans. You hear a message in your mind from Berlin Haldoli. He says, "Such an esteemed guest. I insist on visiting tomorrow morning."
Message is back. What time and should we serve breakfast?
Oh, I will provide that. 8 a.m.
Understood. Okay, so I just
That's
got like a mentalgram from the boss. She says she's going to visit us before we go about 8 a.m. Breakfast will be provided.
All right. Well, we might as well rest for the night and get prepared then. I don't know which room is mine, but presumably we all have housing here.
You definitely do. Seldeg actually does not want to stay in the house and is going to now proceeds outside. He says, by the way, that you will have horses to travel with.
If I peer outside, do I see the horses or where he's going?
He just seems to be walking towards the copse of trees.
I'm staying out of this one.
We really do
I will
have to
take
leave
my
a chair by the door for him.
We just cleaned his boots too, and then he just goes immediately off into the woods.
Yeah, like it didn't even matter. Comes in and he sullies our home, and we do the kind thing, and we clean the boots for him, and manners. The lost art.
It's very true.
All right. As was implied, he is of high station in Geb, and there is no countermanding these orders that come from someone who basically might as well be Geb himself.
Will it be delaying for breakfast? Even is that going to be a problem?
He said would be. He said you would leave in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anything else you want to do tonight? Smilben is bringing out the cleaning chemicals. Starts to scrub.
Scrub-a-dub-dub. Yeah, time to break in the new bed sheets.
All right. Okay. So it is the next morning.
We're gonna start out morning.
All right, she comes in a covered coach with her servant Reacher, who opens the coach door for her and accompanies her in. She, of course, makes sure not to track mud in the house, and she has come with a servant who brings a warm platters full of eggs and sweetmeats and hot tea.
Pleasure to see you again. Thank you for bringing breakfast.
Yes, I see that. Where is the spy master? She's looking around.
I believe he went off to sleep in the woods, as he wanted.
Oh, bother, she says. Well, there's been lots of gossip lately about who he may be. She starts to chatter. Of course, she insists that you all sit down and start eating. She talks about the tale of a foreign noble who willingly pledged life service to the reanimators to treat her husband's terminal illness. But she finds out that his terminal illness was caused by a vampire lover feeding on him. Can you imagine?
Wow. And do you think that they were aware? That's so scandalous.
Scandalous, she says, as she clinks her teacup on her plate. She most certainly was not aware, but when she contracted our services.
What a scoundrel.
Indeed. Now this is Seldeg. She leans close and lowers her voice. Seldeg was apparently formerly a member of a faction at court called the Council libertine, and he dutifully served the former queen of Geb. Don't be deceived by his proud and resolute demeanor. He apparently hates undeath, and his own transformation most of all. But as a Grave Knight, he's nearly impossible to destroy, trapping him in his immortal state. Apparently, the talk is that his hatred of undead is what gives him such talent in hunting them down.
Was he one of the Wall Knights? I believe they're called.
Well,
If we know that.
I'm
Last-
wondering what that
One of the former people who guarded Tarbafon's, right around Tarbafon's lair.
Yeah,
Last wall.
I've got training in society, but it's not necessarily automatically knows what everything is. So, hence the question.
Yeah. I don't know if we know that.
Like I don't know if he was or not, but you know. That's,
No, his servant. He's long stationed in Geb itself for hundreds of years. Now, I can't imagine what drives him now that the queen has fled, however. Might be entirely animated by his own spite, her eyes wide with excitement. But apparently he's in favor at court, so can help us advance, if you know what I mean, within the circles of Geb.
Sounds like we should keep an eye on him, though.
Yes.
No doubt he's keeping an eye on us.
Of course.
I mean, he's the spy master.
Now I assure you, he's a capable warrior with experience both in war and hunting intelligent quarry. You would do well to go with him. Now, she is wondering, now she's asking what the mission is. She doesn't know what the mission is.
Well, we've certainly not been sworn to secrecy, or even asked to keep this matter private, right?
I don't believe that's been a contingency yet.
on that writ, is
No.
there something about that writ that would make it, hey, this is secret, or?
Oh yeah, you do have a copy of it. Basically, it's just well, no, he still bears it. But when you looked at it, it basically just informed you of his authority, and that he could tell you what to do. So you don't have a clear direction on what to do here.
Well, he
You're
is
not
the
a- you're not
spy.
aware- he never told
That'd
you
be
he's
my
gonna tell
only-
anyone else.
We're not entirely sure if we can tell you. To be honest, he is the spy master, which gives me pause to inform you. But put simply, a mess must be cleaned. A mess that unfortunately currently walks on two legs.
She says. She first looks a little disappointed that you're not divulging. She does like the idea, though, of. Oh my god, I'm looking at her artwork. There's another. She's wearing a hand. There's like
She's wearing a
severed
hand and a chain of ears.
All
I've
right.
honestly been mainly focusing on the fact that she has just some, just patches of rug on her feet. She's got some halfling feet.
Yeah.
Is that a hand that has an extra ring on it?
I don't know. I don't see.
I think she just, wants an extra hand.
Sometimes we all need a hand.
She does like the fact that you shared a little information. And spiced it up a bit. She says, I assume, though, if you are going to do well by him, that you should keep whatever information secret.
Well, I would not
She'll
share it
let
with
you know.
anyone.
She understands, basically.
But
And I give you a hero point for a real-life diplomacy check.
Nice.
We'll let you know when we come back victorious.
All right. Okay. Well, the breakfast was very, very delicious. She stands up.
I like to think, just a quick character moment, the way Dyn eats is he picks up like food in his hand and he just like squeezes it until all the moisture drains out of it and it turns to dust, and he just picks up more food and just
I'd say, am I the only one who actually just eats food?
yeah.
You're the only one alive, right?
Yeah.
Well, she says, I wish you well on your journey, for you and for me, she says. And she looks at the sacrifice and says, we'll have to find, no one can quite replace you, but I'll try to find some, no, I have some other people I can conscript and to help with the crops. Fortunately, with these storms, I'll have a little time to do so before they get back. Well, at least zombies don't complain. She's thinking out loud whether she should just send out the crews anyway.
You got enough corpse.
I think that the schedule will be easily maintained. That ghoulish hobgoblin, I believe, he showed some promise.
Yes, and I think that, yeah, she agrees. I don't have anything really to add there.
Work talk.
Yeah, it certainly bores the rest of you as she talks. It goes on and on.
Well, at least we got this
Pushing my
delicious
eggs
movie.
around on the plate.
Yeah, talking about inventories. She does ask though if there's danger of another. Well, no, she'll keep it to herself. She tells you that there's a message. Ortigar, Stitch Skull would like to see you before you head out as well. He's also heard about Seldeg visiting you. So, Ortigar Stitch Skull, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but he was the worshipper of, I want to say Zon Kuthon? They're like the self-mutilating
Yeah.
people.
That sounds good, huh?
He's living, he's among the quick. But he's one of the people that the party interacts with early on. But he'd like to see you at lunch today.
A lot of meals to
Are
go
we
to.
never going to be able to leave just on account of meetings and munchins?
I mean, that's just how work goes, right?
Are you saying this to Berlin?
Yeah.
No, that was out of character.
Okay, okay.
Very well. I
One
think
of
we
those
should
things.
probably.
But after you're
Yeah,
done, you're
this
like,
does-
this could have been ascending. This could have been a ascending spell.
Apparently people want to talk to you more the more important you become. It's one of the burdens of prestige.
Well, I certainly hope that he'll provide a nice lunch.
Okay.
Or are we bringing the lunch?
He'll have such
Provide.
sights to show us.
He definitely hosted you last time.
Okay.
Okay, well, you're at the entry vestibule of the Empty Threshold in Grey Dirge.
Mhm.
Wait, do I have a map of Grey Dirge? Yeah, I do. We'll probably have some cool characters here. But, so, yeah, Ortigar Stitch Skull. He stands in the empty vestibule of the Empty Threshold. He apologizes, but he actually is not able to invite you in to have lunch because there are some important private rituals that have to occur now. And you hear screams coming from within that sound hoarse and hollow.
Wonders.
That's right, we
Wonders
don't need
quietly
to
to
come in.
himself what the safe word is.
Well, he just wants to let you know that in the past few weeks, his network of shadowy informants have supplied him with information he thinks might be of interest to you. He hears that your upcoming errand with Seldeg involves Iron Tavaya.
Word travels quickly.
Well, he says I've heard this only from my informants. I'm sure it is not spread wide. Shadows see much, but apparently the shadowy tendrils that swallowed Iron Tavaya were a supernatural transit mechanism. Her body was transported somewhere else on the material plane, likely by shadowcasters or other specialists in shadow magic. These same shadows recently returned Iron Tavaya to the place of her death. He tells you that his contacts glimpsed her at her cottage in Axon Wood as recently as a fortnight ago. And he thinks that would be a good place to start your investigation.
So go to the cottage first.
Now, did
Yes.
anyone provide a description for what she might have looked like in her risen state?
Well, she was definitely... She seemed to be animated. She's definitely undead.
But they couldn't ID exactly what's become of her. Hmm.
No,
Perhaps we should...
It seemed like she, I'm looking myself. Where is it? She looks quite ghoulish, like a ghoul, but not for sure what she was. She did not seem driven by her driven by savagery or hunger the way that some ghouls are. She seems
So
more
she's maintained her
deliberate.
faculties.
Say that again?
Oh, and she's maintained her faculties. She's, still herself, most likely.
Yes. Actually, FYI, ghouls have been less feral than in the past in the remaster. I'll say this much, that she seemed much more intelligent than a typical ghoul.
Hmm.
But she also had greenish skin, which, anyway, this all raises more questions. Answers.
So she is not like other ghouls.
She is not.
I'm making notes down in my notebook.
Wait, sorry, blue-grayish skin, actually. Which is kind of ghoul-like, actually.
Yeah.
She was hunched over. So the skin color is not inconsistent with ghouls, but the shadowcasters who observed her were perplexed.
So there might be
Perhaps
something more
the-
unusual.
The reanimation did not bring her back as fully as it should have.
Or perhaps something to do with hag physiology. I'll have to study that. But I think we appreciate the information. It seems that we should, make a detour to her farm or hideout, perhaps, before we make our way south. I guess.
Does that make sense to folks?
You are the expert.
Well,
Agreed.
you now have Seldeg to deal with, who
Mhm.
we will need to get his agreement to this plan. he has arrived at in front of Halleck Manor.
Hmm.
And there's a skeletal horse for each of you. And he has his own as well. And he says, we head out.
I propose that we. Oh.
We have reason to believe that information can be gathered by hitting her. What was it, Layla? Her
Hut or
hut?
For cottage.
her cottage, the site where she died. I believe that maybe if she died there, she could have been arisen there. It's a reasonable place to start to see if we can get any clues as to her new form, and then we could continue south. It's not a long detour.
Yes, it actually is on the way. Not much of a detour at all, he says. He nods with approval and he says that would be wise. He was considering doing that.
I think any information we can gather before we come to confront her could only be helpful.
Okay. Okay, I am reading something in the text here that I need to check. Okay. It mentions something that was true with the pre-remastered Great Knight, which is no longer true. Okay. I do have a question as a GM though. Do any of you use vitality magic? Vitality healing? Or vitality magic?
I mean, I can prepare the heal spell, but other than that, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because he's a law enforcer. And I wanted to...
I don't currently have it,
Alright.
but
Yeah, I can do vitality damage, which would mean that would be vitality magic, but like I made sure all the feats I took were not ones that used vitality.
Yeah,
You have the
your vitality
option.
blast, you can do piercing with your base whip blast anyway. So it's not...
Mhm.
It doesn't raise a red flag.
Only holding it for a friend.
Alright.
Are these horses mindless?
Yes.
Okay,
want
so
to
I
have a
can like
horse
use
combo?
diplomacy to bride them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think mindless undead, I don't know what the rules are for that, but I wouldn't worry about it. They clearly follow orders, and there's no brain there to fill in the space, so I think you just treat them as minions. However, if there were to be a combat with them involved, they wouldn't get to command them to give them 2 actions. That's the only difference. Okay. Well, we can talk about what happens on the way, except it's not quite necessary. Whatever threats you dealt with in Axe and Wood before are not a challenge anymore for the party. You reach Iron Tobias' cottage. I just like to think about this. I'd say it's about 3 days travel. 4 days travel. 1, 2, 4. And you seem to have arrived at the cottage. A shadowy approximation of Iron Tobias. Oh, and the rain relents after a while.
Oh.
Okay,
Just
before
good
we
to
get into
see.
before we get into a possible situation where we might encounter some stuff, it's gonna come out. Do we have time to do like the daily stuff, daily
Yeah.
prep? Okay. Then I think I'm going to give this. Let's see. Should I give this to Dyn or Dyn's our melee guy, right?
What is it? Root magic?
Yeah, root magic. I usually
Yeah.
would give it to Hestrid in the previous group.
Yeah. First saving throw you'd have to make. You get a what +2 bonus, I think.
Yep.
All right, something to remember. Easy to forget. Unless
And
there's a
then
root
also
magic
going to
effect. Oh, there is.
also going to
Oh, and I installed the mod Control Click, where if you have Dyn Marw, if you have your character selected, you can Control Click in chat on the effect, and it should add it to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyone who knows adventure paths will not be surprised by this. Seldek tells you that he wants to check with some of his Fey contacts in the surrounding forest who might know more about Iron Tavaya. He's fantastically higher level than all of you. And he has enough confidence in you that you can handle yourselves. You're more familiar with the layout of the cottage after all, he looks at Morgan's. He'll return in a day or two, and we'll compare notes of what we've discovered.
So we're just gonna stay in the spooky haunted cottage in the Fey Woods for a couple days.
or around it.
You don't have to
I wonder if our Holdra friend will find us.
Your what friend?
Holdra. Yeah, she helped us when we were here last time.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh,
Oh, the Fae in the woods.
Yeah, the Holdra.
Holdra, her
half
name? Her title?
Holdra is a type of Fae. They're basically they look like a woman. However, if you see their back, their back, it's like a hollowed out log.
Oh, like a Mavka or something like that. Okay.
I'm just gonna. Can I make like a blind roll to see if I'm familiar with these? A nature. Just in case.
That did not
If it doesn't
succeed.
do it,
Do you know how to
I don't know what it was.
I kind of want to look it up again. What she was. I have the PDF now. I can find it. Her name was Drusilla, and she is a what I'm being called. Okay. Holdra.
Yep. That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, your check did not succeed. Sacrifice. But they're guardians of the land.
So we know that there's a friend in the area, potentially, at least.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well.
So I guess we search for clues.
Doesn't seem like anyone lives here anymore. Would it be best to enter through the front door? Or
Does anyone unlive here, though?
Well, it might be best if I approach it first, since I'm a bit sensitive to anything of a spiritual or hauntish quality.
The yard has turned wild with neglect and looks more like tangled underbrush than a lawn. The low stone fence is nearly invisible thanks to tall weeds and brambles choking the yard, and an overgrown path leads to the cottage doorstep. It's the one that we're heading to right now. There's a small statue of a sad-faced bleachling gnome that is shattered on the path, a broken reminder of the cottage you visited last time, Morgan's.
Is that a statue or a gnome that was transformed?
Yes.
Hmm.
To be honest, I'm not sure, but it could potentially
It
be
was
either
just the
or.
garden decoration.
Very ominous.
Okay. Is my sixth sense kicking in at all?
Sixth sense. So, I'm trying to remember what it detects.
If I'm exploring but not searching, you roll a secret check. If I find any haunts that usually require searching, as well as spirits, creatures of the ethereal plane, and beings made entirely of spiritual essence, such as celestials, fiends, and monsters. And I can also potentially notice spirits inside of solid objects, provided they are within 30 feet.
Okay. Haunts, spirits. I'm trying to figure out what spirits are. Huh.
High quality liquor.
Yeah.
You step into the room. Oh, there's some good shit in here.
Just a
Ooh.
bar. Spirit sense.
It's a very specific sixth sense.
All right, so I think a ghost would count. Would that be right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
I would just like as we approach the house, I'm just going to take my shield and I'm just gonna have it in my hand at the ready,
Okay.
just to be cautious.
I'm gonna note that inside the cottage, it is still unnaturally dark. So what light source would you guys have?
What else? Bisexual lighting.
Yeah, we have a
Who has that now?
bisexual torch since very early in the adventure.
Who has that
I
now?
did hear about the bisexual
Bis-
lighting torch.
All
I
right,
can
who's
hold
gonna
the I don't think I have the bisexual lighting torch, but I could definitely. I have a torch, and I can.
Who had it before? So
Definitely.
I can find the character.
It was either Zaz or Hesrid, I think. Either that or we put it in stash. It's in stash. Violet
Oh, is it-
Everburning
yeah,
Church.
yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, I have a hand situation where it's probably best if I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
try and hold other things.
I could hold it.
Okay, what happens if I...
I got it.
Oh, you got
Ah,
it.
lovely.
All
I,
right.
I have the.
I had you hold it. I'm just wondering, it creates an automatic radius without my input. Oh, it's under deep rules. Okay. Dim.
It does appear to be.
Bright 10. Yeah, that would be right.
The aura does appear to be slightly purplier.
Hmm.
It is. Okay. All right. So, the living room is up ahead. A thick layer of dust covers it like gray snow, and a canopy of cobwebs hangs from the rafters. Strange footprints are visible here and there on the floor. Most of the furniture that you remember being here, Morgans, has been removed. The fireplace is cold.
Didn't stay put. One sec. Sorry, continue.
An ebony writing desk that is conspicuously absent of writing implements or parchments stands in one corner.
Be possible for me to search the desk to see if it has any compartments or anything like that?
Also, before everyone starts coming in and confusing the footprints, Since Morgan's is floating and doesn't make footprints, they're going to quickly try and see where they moved around and originated from.
Okay, so you're gonna tell us to like stop.
Yeah. Stop polluting the crime scene.
It's kind of like the opposite of a murder scene, really.
Yeah, the unmurder scene.
The murder scene.
Well, I will tell you, Morgans, that you do sense what seem to be some spirits in the southern walls.
Guys, we're not alone.
Was Layla looking at the desk?
Yes.
Well,
Assume that's it there.
there are dried blood drops that cover the desk. On top of the desk, there is a well-used kitchen knife, also blood-stained. There's a single drawer.
Going to reach and
Okay.
pull the door gently open.
Before I tell you what happens, I want to know what your default exploration activities are. Just like what you're doing when you're not telling me what you're doing in a particular moment. So I have Morgan's is detecting magic and holding a mentalist staff in hand.
Yeah. And
Layla
also
would be
doing
holding
the Sixth Sense.
Yep, I'm holding both implements.
Yeah, and Sixth Sense would be automatic. Okay, what would you be doing, Layla? Normally, by default.
Generally, I would be like searching, I would think,
Okay.
keeping an eye out.
Okay, Dyn Marw, what would you be doing?
I think I'm probably looking for. I think I'm looking for traps specifically.
Okay. So you're searching.
Yeah.
And you're holding the torch and what else?
Torch in one hand, and I have the shield in my other hand.
Okay. Alright, otherwise you'd be holding the sword in hand if you didn't need the torch.
Yeah.
Okay. And the sacrifice, what would you be doing?
Likely just scout.
Okay.
Yeah, like just keep an eye out on things. Unless there's like some reason to be doing nature checks all the time.
Okay. You could investigate. I kind of make it open-ended, like you don't have to say which skill you're using. But you can scout.
Yeah, I think just scout. Like unless there's something that really requires his particular expertise, he'll just keep an eye out.
Okay. The drawer doesn't open. Layla.
Okay, I might signal to everyone else that there's a locked drawer here. Locked or stuck. Don't think I have a set of thieves' tools. I'm also not trained in thievery as of today.
Morgan's is.
Okay.
But right now, Morgan's is focused on the spirits
Yeah.
they sensed down, you said the southern walls?
Yeah, we can focus on the spirits first. The drawer will wait for us.
Okay. There isn't an apparent lock on a drawer, by the way. The spirits stay in the walls. They are not intent on leaving the walls.
Do they feel more like ghost creatures, or is it more of a ghost creature, or is it a haunt item, object kind of thing?
Well, if it were a haunt, it would consist of creatures. I don't know if you're asking for... I can't give a mechanical answer. I have to give something... it seems like individual discrete creatures, and you sense 3 of them.
Well, if it is a haunt, we have a thaumaturge.
Yes.
It's kind of their speciality.
So I've not actually dealt with haunts before, but I know I can use my esoteric lore to recall knowledge on haunts. So I would like to attempt to investigate the southern wall and the haunt, or whatever
Okay.
creatures are there. I assume I need to approach to do that.
You do.
And do I successfully approach? Thank you.
Yep.
All
Nothing
right.
happens.
And if nothing happens, then I'll roll my esoteric. Is that a secret roll or?
Um, hmm, I'll make it an open roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, studying the walls, you don't see traces of ectoplasm. You're thinking it's probably not ghosts, but probably something. The most mundane answer would be shadows, shadow creatures. You are thinking it's not a haunt. You're ruling that out. You're thinking it's some kind of. But there's a whole number of incorporeal undead creatures it could possibly be. You just have limited information.
I'll relay that to the party. I don't see any ectoplasm here. I think it's possible we're dealing with some other incorporeal creature. Do we want to attempt to parley with them, perhaps?
Probably would be smart. If they are at least willing to cooperate, they might be able to shed some light on what happened.
Gonna call out. We've sensed that you're here, creatures. Come out, make your presence known. We don't wish you any harm.
Right? The chill runs down your spine. You sense hostility. It's not necessarily evil, but there's kind of a
They don't seem willing to talk.
distinct feeling of that you're intruding.
Do you sense anything from them?
Hostility, but nothing in particular.
We will gladly be on our way once we determine what went on here.
We only seek information about the hag. We don't mean to stay in this place or disrupt you.
You sense movements, Morgans, of these spirits. There is you had sensed one of them here, behind this wall here, but it seems to be moving westward. And one of the spirits that was here seems to have moved southwest. They seem to be kind of going in this direction.
So they're all moving this way?
Yep.
Guys, it feels like they're moving this way.
Should we pursue them?
Well,
I think we should stay. We can try to stay where they aren't. So if they're moving away from a place, we can go to where they were and sort of keep out of each other's way.
Okay, so for now we just stay on guard and try and avoid them.
That would, yeah.
That sounds good to me. Do we want to try and investigate the writing table before we leave this room? Door seems stuck. I don't know if it was a supernatural cause or if there's a hidden mechanism.
Morgans will take a look.
Okay. There's no obvious
I will
lock.
look at the fireplace.
Okay. Fireplace looks like it has not been used. It's just like a thick layer of dust. Morgans, you see just a handle to pull, but you don't see any apparent lock. You just see that, the bloody knife and the blood drops on the top of the table.
How much has this place changed since you last were here?
Well, it's not trying to eat us,
Well, that's a positive
so that's
development.
a significant. Yeah, it's a significant change. um, there's definitely a lot more stuff here.
Hmm.
Is there still a door going up into the attic at all?
It's probably one of
You don't see.
these two. The back here.
No. What Morgans remembers is that there was a ceiling door, a trap door in the ceiling.
Hmm.
But it doesn't seem to be one.
So the house itself has changed.
Seems that way.
However, as you're searching the area, and you have a +4 circumstance bonus, because you remember it, you do see, it looks like it was deliberately concealed. And that it is still in the same place. Right above your moments.
Oh.
All right, we'll float up to it because we now have fly, or ghost flight.
Ah, so you're gonna activate that.
Woo!
All right, there is no handle or latch this time around.
We'll do a knock on the door, do the old shave and a haircut.
What?
We'll knock on a
Shave
trap
and
door.
haircut.
Oh,
2 cents.
I am untrained in cultural references today. There is no answer when you knock on the ceiling.
Well, at least we know it's not a tune. No tune can resist the shave and a haircut.
I'm just staring up at the ceiling. How high up is the trapdoor he's knocking at?
It's not very high. It's like 9 feet.
Well, high enough that I can't
10 feet.
reach up.
Well, not with your hand.
No.
Oh, but for a few more levels, and I can actually try and pass through objects.
Well, without a handle or anything, I'm not sure how we'd force the door open anyway. Could move the desk to stand on it and get some
If
leverage,
it's-
but
I
I
guess
will-
think
If it is
To try to get it
unsecured,
out, to try to open the door. I guess my question is, if I stowed my shield, pulled out my sword, and stabbed it, do you think I could get my sword in a way that I could use it as like to at least start opening it? That Morgans could grab get a lip that he could pull down.
allow me. I will channel elements.
On the sword, I'm just not. There's no apparent handle, and I'm not sure.
I think he meant to try and poke it through one of the cracks in the
Yeah, I mean, like
door.
literally stab it, and then kind of
like a crowbar.
yeah.
It's the edges don't seem large enough for that to fit.
You're more likely to snap your sword because
Yeah.
swords are strong in one direction.
So if I start to channel elements, so little bits of fire and spores kind of swirl around me, and then if it's not actually barred, if it's just closed because it's and just doesn't have a like
Handle?
a handle. If it's just because of the handle, I should be able to use base kinesis to move the wooden trapdoor. Like, because if it's made of wood and if it's secured, I can't do anything.
Because it's hard.
Sorry?
20. It's
Oh.
like some extraordinary. It almost.
But
Oh yeah, you're detecting magic. I'm sorry. I should have told you, Morgan. There is a magical emanation from the door.
Interesting. Can I focus it? Do you try and
Focus?
identify the type?
Okay. Okay, I'm looking at. I just a secret roll. You believe that it is magical, and given that its lack of clear handles, lack of a lock, you think it has a magical trigger.
Oh.
Its material is also not wooden, and I want to say it's this whole place is kind of eerie and unnatural. Like it's not. I mean, it looks like rotten wood and soggy, musty, moldy, but this kind of has a strange magical emanation where it's kind of yeah, you're just not sure what would happen if you interacted with it.
I get a distinct feeling that this house is trying to prevent us from exploring beyond just this main space. I don't know if it's spirits or what.
Well, perhaps we should see about trying one of the doors that we have access to on this floor and see if there might be another way up to the attic. Or at least a clue as to what the magical trigger might be. I don't know if you communicate that part, maybe.
The house seems to have leveled up since you last visited. It just fought you before, tried to kill you before.
Did you
Perhaps we should
harm the house when you were here last?
We didn't harm the house. It basically just started to do that once we our Identify first got sucked into the floor.
And you just ran and left it?
It was trying to eat us!
How do you fight a house?
Yeah, they actually were like trying to go up the stairs, and it was like its esophagus and trying to push them back down with its muscle movements.
That's not a... I'm regretting going on this trip now.
These are details I should have asked about before.
The
Okay,
kitchen
perhaps-
to the southeast.
Yeah.
Morgan,
Where's
you
the
remember it
downstairs?
used to be well stocked, but it now looks bare, with various food items and containers scattered on the stone floor.
Oh, yeah.
It looks recently ransacked. There are broken shards of pottery. There are humanoid footprints that track through the deep layer of dust in multiple places, crossing each other in nonsensical ways.
These footprints, if I can get a good look before they all get trampled by our own feet, do they look like they're barefoot, booted, whatnot? Do they look like they're large or like potentially oversized hag creature?
They look like
What's
mostly small humanoid creatures, but also you see the occasional medium-sized creature. You also see the prints of a bear, the footprints of a bear, and also something with two large toes with claws.
So
Just
this
two
place has
toes?
been busy.
Okay, so there's little footprints, regular size footprints, bear footprints, and gonzo footprints, because it's a whatever.
Sounds like another adventuring party's been through here.
Or fake creatures.
Some
And,
of the
well-
cabinets are closed.
Gonna
Let's try the doors on the cabinets, because there
Yep.
seems to be so far a adversity to opening doors here.
One doesn't simply open more doors.
Oh wow.
Excellent.
Okay. hey, look, there's an unidentified liquid.
Oh, I love unidentified liquids.
Let's do some craft checks. That's trying to identify him," said Morgans,
Okay.
while
Well,
attempting to do.
The liquid is magical. I'll tell you that. And the unusual object is alchemical ingredients. So, who wants to identify what?
Morgans will attempt to identify him.
Okay. Do you want to roll or shall I?
I'll let you.
Let me roll because it's not clear which skills you want. Okay. You said both of them? You'll try to identify both?
Yep.
Okay.
I do have crafting.
Alright. This is what you think they are. Okay. Alright.
Okay,
One is
so
a
we
potion
got-
of flying. The other is some unmixed herbs and salves that someone with crafting could spend 10 minutes to create an elixir of life. A lesser elixir of life.
Excuse me.
Is the elixir of life a vitality effect?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh, isn't
It
it?
just heals.
that's good.
Like that then.
No, they're the alchemical, non-magical one. Healing potions are vitality
Okay,
and
there.
magical, but that's not. The elixir of life is alchemical.
Then oil of unlife is the magical void type.
Do you want to try that? I'm very not smart or crafting, so I'm certainly not going to try and.
Sure, Morgan's gonna
make
try and
anything
use
out of it.
crafting. Morgan's
Nature would work also.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to actually bring out one of my own torches.
here, Morgan's will attempt to create that.
Okay. All right. Well, you look like you're Yeah, you succeed at creating one elixir of life.
And someone else can take the potion of flight, as I already got my own.
See. Who needs a potion of flight the most?
I mean, I do have. I changed the name of it to be a bit more fitting.
Okay.
Official.
The
Official name now.
Yeah, I see it. All right, so the cabinet is something you guys can open, and you can click and
Okay.
drag anything there onto a character.
Huh.
And if you're new to Foundry, pressing P brings up the party sheet, which has a party stash.
Oh, awesome.
But if you want
Very
someone
convenient.
specific, like I don't treat it as a collective inventory. You have to like have it on individuals
Hmm.
if you want them to have it on their
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I can carry the potion if you want, just because I have a lot of, yeah, I'm quite strong, so I'm fine carrying things. We can pass it out if we need to use it.
Okay. All right. What else do you guys do? So someone has lit a regular torch just now.
Yeah. The I lit one. I just dragged the eternal torch effect on. figured good enough.
Eternal Torch? Oh, the spell?
I couldn't find a torch effect, so it's as a normal torch, so I figure that should be the same.
Oh, okay. I'm asking because this place is supernaturally dark, and all light effects are supposed to give 1/2 radius.
Okay, well, I'll change that then.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of that and just put 10 and 10 on the token.
Cool.
Are there any other doors we've seen to other rooms? Is that door right next to me, kind of? Yeah.
There's this one here. There's another one. I don't know how to do the little thing.
We
but
saw
there's
the
another
ghost
one
leave
on-
this area, though, so maybe we should consider hanging out or heading through this door while the spirits have made their way to the other side.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
So the sacrifice, I think you made it. Yeah. I think.
I figured it out.
Yeah. All right. You gotta make the dim radius bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Open door.
Oh, and I lit it by just looking at it.
Oh. This looks to be
Perks
an
of
abandoned
being-
bedroom. There are broken furniture pieces, some charred as though used in a fire. They lie forgotten on the floor within a mixture of ashes and dust. This room is less suffused with the shadowy murk that lingers elsewhere in the house.
I was gonna say, let's get our ash guy on this.
Yeah.
Is
Who's our
this,
ash expert?
yeah, I guess can I see if I can identify the ash?
Yes. It is mundane ash. It looks like this was used as a... Apparently someone was burning it, even though it seemed to not be safe to create such a fire. But actually they burnt it elsewhere and left the remains here.
What was it that was burned?
Furniture pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I can tell that it was burned elsewhere, and then the remains were dumped here. Or?
Yeah, it's like future fuel.
Someone's storing up wood to burn at a later time, apparently. Let's see, is there anything else in the room? Nope.
No.
Well, I assume people searching, who say they're searching, are not touching things, by the way, unless you like spell it out for me.
Yeah, generally going to be trying to look, not touch.
Okay. There's nothing else that you notice.
If this is actually wood that was burned, I can move it aside
Sure,
without touching it.
you can.
So I'll through extended kinesis or whatever it's called,
Okay.
something like that. So
Base kinesis, I think.
base kinesis, yes,
Are you able to just move it? I think you are.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. As long as it is not secured,
Yeah.
and as long as it's actually wood, I can move an existing piece of element up to 20 feet in any direction.
Okay. Well, yep. You see more remains, and after spending a few minutes picking through it, it just seems like that's all it was. There is a window to the southeast where some of the light flows in. You don't see anything else.
And you say one of the spirits was in this room.
Or in the wall. Walls tend to be super thin in Pathfinder maps, so. It's like. Alright. Looks like Dyn wants to
Going through the other side.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Mm.
Well, this cluttered room reveals the missing furniture from elsewhere in the cottage. There are chairs, tables, shelves, and curio cabinets that form a mountain of junk in the center of the room, crowned by a single wooden chair. Small bones, apple cores, and other detritus litter the floor beneath this makeshift throne. Sweet-smelling smoke rises from an incense burner, and garlands of dried flowers hang from the rafters, and you feel the spirits Morgan's going northward.
Hmm.
Now they're going
Past
that way.
you and behind you. And they are now emerging from the walls. We are gonna
Oh,
roll initiative.
found.
All right.
Entered the wrong.
Yes. All right. Ah, yes. Let me get a little blood pumping before we take a break. I know we're at the halfway point. Unless people want to take a break right now.
Probably good.
What?
But yeah, I heard someone say yes. Let's take our. I usually have a 10-minute break in the middle of the session, so let's do that now, and then we'll start with some action.
Sounds
Sound
good.
Okay.
Hey.
See you in 10 minutes.
Mm.
Excited for my first Foundry combat.
Yeah. It, the thing I find it's not really like hard. It's the thing that is trickiest to do is some of the actions you're going to just do. Some of them you're going to want to like, you got to hit buttons for
Yep.
to get everything, all the ducks in a row. So
I'm thinking it might take me a little figuring out which thing I just go ahead and do and which thing I need to have more planned out in macros or whatever. But
Mhm.
that's why I went with a simpler class overall and like a simpler setup for. I guess Thaumaturge isn't a simple class, but I took 2 passive implements.
yeah. Honestly, whenever I like even think about doing thaumaturge, the first, great, I got booted. Cool. The first implement I always take is weapon. I just like that extra. I like the reaction.
Yeah, since I knew I don't know, as soon as I found, because I was going through free archetypes, and I really thought Martial sounded nice, and then I was like, oh, Martial just gives me reactive strike, so
Yeah.
not the same, but I have a decent reaction to be using in combat in that case, so
I just realized this map is called the Shadow Cottage.
not ominous at all. I love that shadow artwork though; it's really neat.
Yeah.
I need to go and
It's-
like commission
Oh,
someone to draw my character or something, I think.
Fun thing Ronald has is that when you 1 second, if you hover over the shadows, you'll find they each have an adjective.
Intermediate, medium.
You got
Yeah, I don't see the
one
names.
of them's intermediate, one of them's just a shadow. Evident. This guy doesn't have one yet.
Gradual, evident, intermediate. Yeah, I was rewatching. I watched like the first session. I rewatched most of the last session. I didn't get to finish it. This week's been miserable at work, but I noticed the names. I like that call out. I'm thinking about running a Pathfinder game for some of my friends online, and so getting ideas, getting used to the system would be nice.
Yeah.
Seeing what kind of plugins that like that are good. I know Ronald has the video up on plugins.
Mhm.
anyone here play Slay the Spire?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. I got the board game, and the board game's really good.
Oh, I saw that existed. Is it like a good adaptation? It seems like it would translate well.
It is. I mean, the video game was like a card game, but
Yeah.
you would. It doesn't. It still really feels like like you're playing Slay the Spire, but you're not having to deal with complex math. And there's a lot of ways they tweaked various things so that you don't have to track things between turns, or they like. There's a lot of shrewd choices that they made, I think.
I mainly play Slay the Spire because I have it on Steam. There's the fan. There's a mod that has its own store page called the Downfall.
Yeah.
It's a Slay the Spire fan expansion, and it adds another character who's like a gunslinger.
Oh.
He has this mechanic where a card has an extra effect if it's in the middle of your hand.
Oh. Hand position. That's kind of neat.
And then it has a downfall mode where you play as bosses, and you go from the top of the spire down.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I'll
Yeah.
try it someday. I haven't touched it after playing 1,300 hours of it.
Yeah.
But
I have a similar.
get to-
Honestly, that's like every roguelike for me.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah, like right now I'm on a big Balatro kick.
Yeah.
Haven't played it because I know when I start, I'm going to end up playing way too much of it, and I have some things I need to like. I'm trying to get through some story-based games. I'm finishing up like Metaphor right now.
Hey, what kick?
Balatro? Or Balatro if you prefer.
That one.
And for card games, I played Magic for like 25 years, and I'm selling my collection right now, so I'm kicking that
You're
habit.
selling it.
I
Swearing off of it.
yeah, I don't like the
Yeah.
direction it's gone the past couple years. I have
That's
I
fair.
don't know if I can show. I have like yeah, organizing my collection for sale. I've got like 50,000 cards.
Wow.
Though that there is all my commander decks. There's like 12 of them in there.
Mhm.
So that box is probably worth something to the tune of like $10,000.
Wow.
Other than my house, my Magic collection's definitely my most valuable possession. I started playing in
Yeah.
'97, so
Um,
I'm gonna hopefully recoup some of that value.
All right. Let's get started. You guys can roll initiative infantry now. And also, do not apply scout bonus modifiers to yourselves. I will handle that. I will just move monsters appropriately.
Wow, Morgan's is first in turn order for once.
I
Oh.
am not.
I don't see any initiative numbers.
I don't see.
I was
them.
gonna say that's weird because from what I see here, I rolled a 35
Oh.
and Morgan's rolled a 21.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't show up in initiative for anybody.
Yeah, it's weird because I rolled it and now it's. Should we
Alright.
re-roll it?
No. We're gonna go by
okay.
Ronald's rules of
Okay.
again. It'll be your first. So Dyn is 35, Morgan's 21, Sacrifice 16.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Whoopsie! I know what happened. I'm sorry.
And we're back.
I think I clicked the wrong button and I reset everyone's initiative. All right, let me Okay. Let me fix everything. Do my best here. So the original numbers were Dyn 35.
Mhm.
Okay.
Morgan's was
No one else rolled anything.
21. I remember that one.
History. Morgan's 21, Sacrifice 16. Oh my goodness, this little PF2E HUD initiative tracker does not let me right click them.
Mm.
don't.
Are you sure it wasn't 60?
Okay, Morgan's 21. That sacrifice 16. Layla's 24. Okay. Alright, that was annoying. But we're making it. We're gonna make it happen. Okay, scouting bonus is for the win.
Nope.
Okay, Dyn Marw, you get to go first. You're surrounded by shadows.
All right. 1 second. The thing had a big reload the application on it in the middle, and I was like, okay, I just gotta be sure not to hit that, and I accidentally hit it. So,
I think if you hit escape again, that'll go away.
yeah. Come on. All right, sick. First action. I'm gonna raise my shield.
Okay.
Shield is officially raised. For my second action and my third action, I'm going to cast Bane. First rank Bane, so it's a 10. What is it? 10-foot emanation, and it only affects my enemies.
Yep.
So it'll affect the 2 shadows.
Yeah, and the one.
And possibly this one?
Yeah. Okay, put it in chat.
Alright, cool.
Make saving throws.
Alright.
I don't know if you want to do this, because if anyone was born in darkness, it's these guys.
No, Bane is like a.
Ah, Batman. You merely adopted the darkness. I was born by
It's
it,
more,
molded by it.
Did I miss a culture?
I didn't see the light until I
it's
was
more cultural references. We're doing a Dark Knight Rising.
what a man.
Oh god.
Yeah, sorry.
Ah,
I have like no familiarity with popular culture in the last 20 years. Okay, Bane.
I only got it when I heard the roar.
Batman. I wonder what will break first. Your body or your mind?
Oh, they all succeed.
Damn,
Unfortunately.
what the fuck? So they need to
See,
get
they
an
were born
11.
in darkness.
Yeah. Well, you get what
Well,
you get. What you get.
I think
Yep.
they
Straight out of you.
every time you sustain it, they have to save again.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, for my turn, I'm gonna first try and turn on my inspiring martial stance. So I need to make a diplomacy check. It sounds like you need to set the DC for that. Usually it's an easy DC of our level.
All right.
Um,
Brain tells me that's DC 22.
Yep. So I will. Should I roll that public then? Yep.
Yeah. Ah.
Critical success.
That'll do. Nothing on a
Powerful
critical success,
diplomat.
but I
Good.
get to diplomatize. So I activate that. It should be up for everyone. That gives us a +1 to attack rolls. And then I'm going to attempt to exploit vulnerability on the shadow. Oh, let me actually help if I mark one. And I will.
Are you able to see their they each have a unique adjective?
Yeah, the one I'm targeting is just called Shadow. Oh no, it's surrounding medium undead. Yes, I'm going to roll for that one.
Okay, that succeeds.
So, Yep.
It doesn't have a damaged weakness.
yeah, actually, I get a little pop-up that tells me
Oh, nice.
whether it has any weaknesses if I succeed. Apparently.
Okay.
So I'll select Personal Antithesis,
Wow.
and then
It sounds like a automated Shangri-La.
I will make a strike. I guess I'll use
What is this?
Instructive
Personal weakness is 6.
Strike on that. Yeah, should be an extra 6 damage.
Nice.
So I'm going to make an Instructive Strike. I will hit the target and then be able to make. If I hit, I get a free Recall Knowledge, and I will.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
You
that
love to
plus
see
one.
it.
Due to the
That plus
inspiring
one.
martial stance.
Does matter.
Yep.
All right.
So I will roll a.
Like he says in the
critical
video.
damage on that. It is just like the video. All right, I'll yep, got all of that.
Wow.
Oh, just
I'll tell
Just
you.
to the
Yes.
realm of wind and ghosts for him, I suppose.
All right, follow this math journey with me. It has 40 hit points. It resists all damage 5, so that's 35.
Mhm.
But personal weakness 6, so it should die. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. It'll take one more damage than is there.
Very impressive, Layla. I'll give
Eh.
a hero point.
That is a great first turn for the new character.
Just bippity boppity boot him out of existence.
And because I made the instructive strike, I get to recall knowledge
Yeah.
at a +2 on a critical hit.
Okay, first, you should have the basic action macro in your hotkey bar. If you don't already have it, press Control Space, type in basic action macro, and drag it.
I don't see basic action macro appear. Unless it's one word.
Did you do Control Space to pull up the search bar?
Yeah. Just basic
Weird.
action.
Yeah, 2 words.
Yeah, I get basic concoction, but not basic action.
Weird. I don't know what's going on. All right. I'm going to do a secret check for you.
Okay, thank you.
Esoteric lore, was it plus something?
I have a +4 or +18 in that normally.
Yeah, and you're recalling knowledge with esoteric lore, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus 18. Well, you critically succeed. So what do you want to know?
Let's see. I already know that they don't have any weaknesses. Could I know their highest save?
Actually, I'm sorry, it's a regular success. No, wait. Sorry. Critical success. Their highest save is reflex.
Okay. And can I quickly communicate that out to the team?
Yeah.
Shout out that these guys are agile. Watch out.
Yep.
All right.
And you
And
learn a second to this.
could I also know their weakest save in that case?
It is fortitude.
All right. I will also express target their bodies. They're not their constitution seems weak. And yeah. I don't know how to end my turn, I've realized.
Shift space. Wait, no. Shift M?
Shift M.
Shift
Shift
M,
M.
like Mary. Okay, so your esoteric lore normally tells you the -2 penalty is only if it's not a haunt.
I believe I can use that on all creatures to recall knowledge as well without the penalty. It's for any other topic that I have,
Oh, okay.
I believe. Yeah, lore skill can be used to recall knowledge regarding haunts, curses, and creatures of any type, but can't be used to recall knowledge on other topics except
Okay.
for diverse
Gotcha.
lore.
All right, good. Oh, my turn. The evidence shadow. I'm just gonna, well, randomly go for Morgan's.
Of course.
Shadow hand. That's a miss. We'll try again. Okay, that's its turn. Morgan's.
Blink, blink. Are you even trying?
You encountered shadows when you were here before. You were much less capable.
Yep. Well, for now, we're gonna.
I think you almost died to them before. I think the party almost lost it.
I believe one of us did, because
Oh.
they kept. I think it was Hestrid. They kept touching Hestrid.
By the way, my all void damage is spirit damage in this game. Works both ways. I think I said that at the start.
Oh, Morgan says learned from last time, and they know they don't want touchy. So we're gonna make more of Morgans.
Mirror image. Yes.
Yeah. You got 3 mirror images.
Well, I like that effect.
And we'll use our last action. Okay, who wants the special shield? Should we put it on our adjacent buddy here? Or
I'm gonna say, for the time being, Morgans, you should probably put it on yourself or on Layla, because the two of you are the only two of us who are able to be hit by two of them at the same time.
True.
I'd say go ahead and you can take that. I'm at least wearing heavy armor.
okay.
You're small and squishy.
Amplified cantrips and shield.
Who got the super shield?
Yeah, putting it on myself.
Alright.
Apparently.
Wow, you're super protected.
I am feeling very safe and snug and secure here. And you shift him.
Okay. Gradual shadow.
Morgans places the blanket over their head, and now the monsters cannot get them.
Now you look like a real ghost.
Okay, gradual shadow will appear, so up here, and try to attack the sacrifice.
They're very easy to hit right now.
Here's a hit.
Oh, you're pre-armor.
Okay. 2d6 plus 3 spirit.
I should have just put the armor up earlier.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been in the house.
We're new. And it's because your kinetic, there's no, it lasts indefinitely, so I think it's on.
Yeah, I can. If you don't mind,
We'll just
I'll
have
switch it on.
normally. And my notes say your AC is 26 and that one mits.
Okay, yeah. So let me. No, just 25.
Really? It doesn't include the item.
Oh shoot,
Oh.
you're right. It doesn't. I might not have done this correctly.
Is it supposed to have like the potency?
Yeah, it picks up whatever has underneath it.
Okay. The
Yeah.
hardwood armor. So it should be 26,
Yeah.
and this is a miss. Every plus one matters.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to update.
Okay, second shadow hand. Is a miss. You guys are just picking. But here, intermediate shadow sees the threat posed by Layla.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's gonna attack. That hits.
Evil
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, the blue rock. Okay, 11 spirit damage.
All right, I'll take that.
Okay.
Donald.
What?
Donald.
Nega
That's the name of the blue Ronald now. He's Donald.
Donald? No.
Not Ronald. Donald
Um,
of the Shadow Realms.
it pulls at your shadow, Layla. You feel your life force being pulled out. You are enfeebled 1.
Oh no. Actually, pretty bad.
And now attacks you with another shadow hand. Okay. The sacrifice.
Okay, so first thing is first. Let's get some thermal nimbus out. And we'll put it on fire. And I'm not going to try and do any animation right now that I haven't tested out. But yes, everyone in my aura now that's an ally has resistance to fire, and everyone who is not an ally has a weakness.
Okay. Yeah, so
susceptible.
I understand how this works. Your kinetic aura, are we saying it's always on by default?
No, I had to turn it on earlier to use any of my abilities.
So it is on by default, right?
Like, yeah, I turned it on earlier. That's what it.
I'm just asking what your character would be doing normally.
Normally, like, I wouldn't necessarily have it on all the time, But when we were in here and I had to start trying to move things,
Okay.
I had to turn it off.
And by all the time, I'm meaning when you're in a dangerous place. So,
Yeah.
Yes, if it's
yeah.
dangerous, up it goes.
Yeah. And you had your hardware.
It just takes an action.
And your aura was already giving enemies a weakness. Am I right? And it's only now.
Nope. It's only now that it gives it a weakness. Because I didn't turn it on the. I didn't want to be like overly hostile to these things before, so I didn't. So now everything in my aura, either allies have resistance, and a creature that starts its turn or moves into it during its turn. Oh, it takes damage equal to half. Yeah, sorry. Maybe it is.
Because you already passively, your aura already passively gives a weakness to fire damage.
Yes, that's right. I took that as a feat. Yes.
And what you just did was you gave a resistance to allies, plus you're now passively doing automatic damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Good.
This is part of
it's
learning new characters.
Yes. It's a complicated. Now I don't have my shield up because I have to have one hand free to do stuff, and I'm holding that torch. So I will do the 2-action flying flame.
Cool.
So I actually have to. I guess I have to target.
Well,
30 feet in a path you choose.
roll the damage right now, and let's try something.
Okay. All right.
And you have +2 damage from the martial.
That's a good
No,
question.
from my
I don't
regalia.
know.
Regalia. Oh, and the regalia has a 15-foot aura emanation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
Which is a little wider
within that
than the
area,
martial stance.
there's like a huge
Okay.
number of effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see I'm in that aura.
All right.
There's the auras in there. Yeah, it's already in there.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
already in there. Bounty's holding our hand here. It doesn't let you roll saving throws in here. That's annoying. Okay. I defy you, stars. Okay. Reflexes.
I defy you, Heartman.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay, 13.
Not critical failure.
They fail.
Mhm.
Does Foundry put a weakness on you?
I don't know.
Effect, Aura Junction Fire. I think it does put a weakness on
Oh, good.
They have an effect on them from the aura, at least.
you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So, let's see if it works. Okay, there's some math going on. So the weakness that your aura is giving is weakness 4, and they resist all 5. So they should be taking 1 less damage than what you rolled, which is correct. 12 damage. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Alright,
pretty
they take 12
substantial.
damage each. Alright. That's your turn. Dyn.
That's it.
All right. So, raise shield expires. Important first step. Second, I'm gonna raise my shield again. I'm going to just click on Bane. Can I? Yeah, put that in chat because I'm going to sustain it.
Alright, and it also increases its radius,
Yeah, another 10 feet, so 20 feet away. I don't know if that includes the gradual shadow, but
Okay.
it's just outside.
Okay, the intermediate fails.
Ooh.
But the evident succeeds by a hair. Okay. Third action. Can I use an unarmed attack to represent me hitting the shadow with the torch of bisexual lighting? AKA the ultimate form of horny bonk?
Improvise a weapon. Maybe
I think the
improvise-
damage die is the same.
Yeah, the damage
D4.
is the same. I'm trying to remember what improvised weapon, how that works. If you attack, you're making an attack. improvised weapons are simple weapons. Take a -2 item penalty. Yeah, so unarmed attack with a -2 penalty.
Let's do this. Alright, intermediate.
Alright, defeated with the power of bisexuality.
Yeah. If only I could face my demons like this. And then you said a -2.
Yes.
Okay. We're rolling.
That's
Hit.
a hit.
Alright.
Bonk.
Six.
6. Now, yeah, it does reduce that by 5. The yeah, what's going on? I'll just explain the rules. Is that we have something called light vulnerability, where if you attack with an object that is in magical light, or what? Sorry. An attack by a creature who is in magical light, or with an object that is in magical light, the attack is treated as magical. So, anyway, I'm just because you guys already have magical weapons, and apparently because you're in magical light, I didn't realize until just now how broad that is. You're already benefiting from. Normally the resistance is 10 against all damage.
Okay.
And it's already being reduced to 5.
So the
But
torch
anyway,
of
it's a good
bisexual lighting's
experiment.
already helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to experiment with bisexuality.
It's a healthy thing, yeah. Alright, I'm going to...
You gotta find yourself.
I went to college.
It's why it's a torch. It helps you find things.
I'm going to begin my turn with a strike towards the intermediate shadow there. So we'll try out with. I'm gonna use my holy mouthwash and bite it with my fangs.
Whoa!
All right.
Wow, you're just inspiring yourself in this battle so far.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm really thankful I took the little +1 stance. I was like, how much could that really help?
Yeah, and
the answer is
every +1 matters.
Important when I didn't. You saw my correction, but yeah, it gives you a +1 attack. 32. That is a lot of damage. Okay.
And
Wait,
if he's still
except-
standing,
Oh yes, because normally you would need to exploit vulnerability again because this is a different creature, but you took a feat that means that you already succeeded against one shadow, so this succeeds against the next shadow.
yes. So as long as they're all the exact same type of creature, my personal antithesis applies to all of them. Yeah.
All right.
So I will attempt a second strike in that case. Go for that.
Oh god.
And that one hits. So I will roll my normal damage.
All right. Well, that's a defeated shadow.
And last action, I guess, I will move slightly to engage better. I can pass over here, right? And with that, I'll end my turn.
Okay. At this time, there appears another creature in the room.
Oh,
And
that's a lot.
the room, which looks dingy and cluttered, for a moment, Dyn, it looks like you're surrounded by an extravagant throne room. The chair is replaced by a throne that is far larger than the modest room you thought you were inhabiting. A towering throne of gold atop a marble dais, and damask hangings and rich tapestries cover the walls. It's bright and colorful. But you only see that for like half a second, and you now are surrounded by what you see. And The shadows are kind of retreating backwards with the wave of this guy's hand. And he says, I mean you no harm. What do you do?
So only Dyn can see him right now, or them.
Yeah.
Dyn
Right.
saw the vision of the room, but he's
Okay.
addressing everybody. He's basically telling these shadows, well, they're already retreating into the walls.
All right. We are here. What was her name again?
Layla. Who?
No, the-
Iron Hag.
Yeah.
Oh, Iron
The-
Zavaya?
We had heard that an iron hag had came back to life in this house, and we were hoping to figure out what she came back as and where she's going. We don't have it. We don't want anything to do with any of with whatever kingdom you have made yourself. That is yours. We just want the information and to leave.
His body is less tense when you say that. Yes, so long as you don't dispute my claim to my kingdom, he says.
We would never. Of course.
And what a wonderful castle you have.
Well, I have no idea what you're speaking of, he says. Some hag? This place is a... hold on. You occasionally, every several seconds, there's a fleeting glimpse of this place as the throne room that Dyn saw earlier. And he's telling you
An
he's not aware
illusion of grandeur, if you would.
Yeah, I assume that was an out-of-character statement, but yeah.
Yes, it was.
He's not aware of a hag. He's not aware of that. However, he is appeased by the fact that you are not claiming his kingdom. But you, and he says you may go about and explore it. But I see that you are worthy and not to be trifled with. I will not challenge you as you walk around.
Do you know anything about a creature that might have been risen from the dead here? Sometime in the past fortnight.
I am figuring out what he knows. Hold on.
While we're talking to him, get a look at him. Can we roll to try recall knowledge to try and discern what on earth he is?
Okay.
Yep.
Good idea.
I would also do that, yep.
Okay. I'm checking your skills here. Math in my head. Okay. Okay, what Morgan's believes is that this is a Pyraka div.
I think it's probably a div of some sort.
Now, okay, I'm trying to figure out what divs are. Their family fiends spawn from the spirits of evil genies within the desolation of Abaddon. And being a Pyraka makes this guy particularly seductive and charming, who often focuses on destroying the ties of friendship and love among people through emotional and physical corruption and plague.
Sounds lovely.
So basically, he's going to try and pit us against each other. If he genuinely has some sort of malevolent intent, he'll try and pit us against each other.
Okay. Well, he says, do care about the dangers. He points to the room to the west and says that there is someone was cursed in there.
Hmm.
And you may want to find the secret attic and the secret basement. And he says, here's a key. If you return it to me, I'll lend it to you. That should give you access to the basement. There is something unpleasant there that didn't want me to intrude. Maybe that's where your witch is, he says.
All right.
Or a clue, at least.
We can deal with whatever unpleasant thing is in the basement. Thank you for your generosity.
Yes, but here, above the basement, it is quite a grand place, do you not think?
Beautiful.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Of course, he nods and walks around. Now, if you don't mind, I will now attend to business at court.
All
Of
right.
course. We will humbly leave your throne room.
Yeah.
Thank
A polite
you,
bow
sir.
and then step now.
Oh, does that
All right.
enfeeblement have a time on it? Or
Yes, you know that it takes an hour for it to go away.
fair?
All right.
Okay.
So
Let's check.
bad news here. And then there's a basement we can head to. That also has bad news.
Sounds like there's even worse news in the basement.
Yeah. To the basement then.
Do you want to go straight to the basement?
Eh. I've used a spell.
All
I
right.
think
Yeah, it might be.
you could hit the
Yeah,
basement.
yeah, probably would be better to deal with the worst one
Yeah.
Get it out of
while
the
we
way.
have all our spells and such.
Okay. Do we know the way to the basement?
Well, it's not. Well, one assumes it's not this door.
You said it's secret.
It could be through that door somewhere, though.
Last time I think the
It's
basement
possible,
door was.
But we have another door that we know
Well,
that we don't know what's behind it that could be to the basement.
Morgan's remembers where it used to be and succeeded on a perception check and has found a concealed door here. It gives the same vibes as the attic door. Same character.
But we have a key.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes you do. This one doesn't have any apparent keyhole.
Well, that's it.
Perhaps it's a magic key.
Perhaps we have to stand by the gravestone when the thrush knocks, and on the last light of the setting sun on Durin's day, will shine upon the keyhole.
Maybe we should only speak,
It's
friend.
pulsing
Friend?
with light as you get close to it, by the way.
The key is?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's glowing now.
It pulses with light.
Does the pulse seem to quicken or grow brighter if we approach the area at the door?
It seems to grow brighter.
Well, maybe we just kind of rub the key on the door and just sort of wask-a-doo, get-a-get-a-doo, bippity-boppity-doo.
All right, you want to rub it on the key on the door?
It's
Are
that
we
or we
very-
kick it down.
I mean, we do have a key. There are other things we could do than rub it on the door. We found a door. It has so it has no obvious indents or anything.
Mhm.
Okay.
There's always kicking it.
I mean, it sounds like it would be hard to kick down. It's
Hmm.
further one.
Well, we could always try. We have 2 doors we have not explored, so
Mhm.
we could always go to see if there's maybe the keyhole to this door is in another room because magique.
Yeah. We can always go through the door we haven't been through. I think there's only one door we haven't been through, other than
No, there's this one, and there's one all the way over here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then the
Well,
attic door.
and the attic, which is also unmarked. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe let's go enter the curse room and see if there's any hint there that could help us to open the doors.
All right.
So
I'll open it.
What did you do with this door, if anything?
I think we just press the key against the door and we're like, oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, apparently that worked.
yeah.
All right. Sometimes
Simple
we probably just had to push on it. It was like, oh, when the key's around, it glows, and then you can just push it and it opens. But I like the idea that we sort of were like, here's your key.
like a little like key card fob thing. Just
Yeah.
keep tapping the
yeah.
pad. All right,
Well,
who's
the
entering
stairs
first?
descend into what looks like similarly strangely dark.
Oh shit.
And it
I
teleports
accidentally-
you.
Yeah.
I guess I'll follow along. Ooh.
Yeah.
There's this
wow.
random shadow that's just
Do you see the new map automatically? Oh wait.
Yeah,
Foundry teleports you between maps now.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Got a little green zone, and I was like, oh, I wonder what this green zone does. And now there's a blue zone.
Yeah, it might teleport you back.
Living in the future.
And there's a guy here.
Yeah. We just like start walking down the stairs. There's a shadow demon. And we're like, "How you doing?"
Hey.
Shadow, not
Keep
shadow
walking.
demon.
Keep it pushing.
Huh, hold on. I'm trying to get this appropriate mood. There you go.
Shadow monster. How you doing? How's the wife?
Pleasure to meet you. Fine day.
Pleasure to meet you.
Lovely dark day.
Gloomy day.
As the stairs descend, they shift from wood to stone to a bleached white material that looks like bone.
Huh.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Not
Okay,
great.
guys, if we remember to bring our Vorpal blade, I'm pretty sure we're going to run into the Jabberwock here.
We're not high enough level for that.
Oh yeah, no. If there's a Jabberwock down here, we're running. We are running for our lives. We aren't going to get out with our lives. We're going to die. But we'll at least try.
Tunnels carved
All
in
right.
pale rock, suspiciously similar in color and texture to old bone, wind and twist into the darkness. These grasping fingers end in chambers with low ceilings to your left and right. A damp cold suffuses the air, and the whispers of disdainful voices create a constant background noise. You also hear sounds like footsteps echoing somewhere in the distance.
We
All right.
are sneaking.
I have a question. Does anyone here lack... Wait, we have someone with... I know we have some people who do not have dark vision. I just want to make sure.
I only have
Um,
one light.
I have low light. That's hence why
I believe I have. I know I have low light. I don't think I have dark
I
vision.
just wanted to confirm
I have
that
a-
we needed the light.
I have a pair of obsidian goggles though, so if we need to turn off the lights, I can give myself dark vision for a while.
Anyway, Morgan, let me ask you. Do you have anything to say about what you see right now? Since you were here before.
This is very different.
Do you remember what it was before?
Before it was a narrow stairway down into a room with the cauldron. Not this cavernous nonsense.
So it's all expanded.
Twisted.
Some serious renovation.
How long has it been since they were here? A few months?
About, I want to say 4.5 months. Like 3 months have passed, I think, since the last one.
Does this
they're
stone look
fast?
freshly excavated or anything?
It does not look like it was excavated.
Yeah, I don't think this is an excavation. I think this
It
was
almost looks
a.
like a giant worm slithering
Perhaps this is all some kind of magical space.
That's what I'm thinking. This is my Jabberwock joke is very on point to what I'm thinking. This almost feels like nightmare dimension sort of stuff, or dreamscape or something along those lines. And there's an air of madness about the place, considering we just got a key from a div fancying himself lord of his own kingdom. That kingdom consisting of basically a burnt out shack.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Is he deceived or the deceiver?
Do you guys see the
When
end of these
you're
tunnels?
mad,
Yeah, I can see the end there.
yeah, I can see the end.
Sorry, go ahead.
When you're mad, it's yes is the answer.
The tunnels are dimly lit by glowing markings carved in the stone, and they look like they're from an alphabet. And I don't see any of you. Does anyone have the society's? You can
I have
I
the society
don't
skill.
think.
I have the society skill, Morgan's, that is.
I'll take back the idea that it was carved by a giant worm because this looks something like something else.
Hmm.
You can
Want to
roll
go
society
left,
if you
right,
like.
down, or right, left, down?
Left, right, start.
Well,
It's
Before we
it's
do
left,
anything-
left, right, up, down, left, right. Wait,
Up,
up, down, left, right. BA start select. There we go.
I guess I'll try to identify the
073735963. I don't know if anyone knows that.
No, I'm lost.
No,
Are
that was
the
that was the key code to get to Mike Tyson's punch out last fight.
See, now you've got the references we don't have.
Yeah, there you go. It was the cultural significance in the 80s. Good.
Well, see, are the actual carvings in the wall just 8576309?
Is that the 80s too? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
This is very 80s, I feel
Yeah,
like.
it's very.
Alright,
But
was
can I
anyone
tell
doing
which
society roll? I
script
was
they
waiting
are?
for that.
Sorry, is it possible to tell which
Oh, wait.
the alphabet is?
I have a thing for this.
Yeah, that's why I was. Okay, what? Spectacles of Understanding. There you go.
I knew
Hey.
they were handy.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get my reading glasses.
All right. Well, you
Oh,
Well, what you see is basically it seems to be. It's indecipherable, unfortunately. It looks like it's from an intelligent language. You vaguely. I mean, I was going to ask for the society check to see if you recognize the script. But it's like random letters of a specific script. That's what it is.
All right, let's do a society check to see if we.
Can I aid in that?
Would Spectacles of Understanding work towards this society check?
I'm gonna. Sure. Oh. Well.
You know what? I'm going to use my hero point.
Okay. Okay. These letters resemble the Shadow Tongue script. So it's associated with the plane of shadow, or whatever it used to be called, the plane of shadow. But they're not the actual letters in the script. They just resemble it. And so hence it's not really decipherable.
So perhaps like an archaic or a more fringe form of the script.
Or this is something that is not. Perhaps this is constructed for our benefit.
Those footsteps you heard earlier now seem to be getting closer.
Oh. Do we want to...
They're slow and deliberate.
Do we need to hide? Is anyone interested in hiding? Or are we going to seek out these steps?
Well,
Given how much real life delay, you don't have a choice. Something is walking towards you and seems to have, and it immediately tenses up, and it looks like it's now walking towards you quickly with harmful intent.
If it is mindless, I would like to try to empathize with it.
Let's see. How do I?
I do have the glad hand feat, so I can.
Yeah.
I can try to make an impression sooner rather than later.
It seems to be made of wood and metal. Is how much time you have to. That's what you're able to figure out, and the amount of time before it starts.
Oh, this is not casual.
It isn't. No.
Yeah. This is not...
It's not a casual or social situation. No.
No, it's like, how do I describe it? I'm looking for it. Turning pages here. It has claws, and is just increasing its. It's just walking towards you with its claws extended. There we go.
Just standing.
Yep, I guess time to...
Just trying to figure out how to handle that transition. Okay.
Uh-oh. The zombie Wolverine.
Okay. It goes forward, and as it goes forward, the light around you starts to darken.
Oh no.
It all becomes dim light. It brightens shadows and dims bright light, creating a strange twilight half-light. So you are in dim light at the moment, so well, it doesn't affect anybody. You all have low light vision, so that's good.
Got that going.
Oh wait, it automatically attempts to counteract sources of light, actually. So, I need to... It's probably going to succeed against the bisexual light.
Oh no.
You're going to do it against the physical torch?
Effect. This is 5th rank, so it's going to automatically... Well, unless it rolls a nat 1, I was going to say. So the bisexual light conquers. It stands up against a much higher rank effect.
Hell yeah.
The real hero of the story.
Yeah, the main character. All right, against the eternal. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
It's just a physical torch.
It's not magical, so it's still gonna.
It's not a magical
illuminate.
torch. It's a physical torch.
Okay. All right, it doesn't. Yeah, it has no effect on non-magical items. Interesting. Okay.
We're the win.
All right.
Weird. Life hack.
Then I am now going to. Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a shadow breath.
It's my favorite save.
All right. Make fortitude saves. Do you see a button for fortitude save? DC 29. Oh wow.
Damn. So I'm
Okay. You are. It did
enfeebled
fail.
for a minute and I'm enfeebled for an hour and slowed for a minute.
Yeah. That sucks.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Whoa.
that's a
That
nasty
sucks.
chair.
Those who succeeded are enfeebled 1 until the end of your next turns. And Layla laughs and doesn't care. The joke's on it. She's already.
Joke's on you. I'm already enfeebled.
All right. So impose those terrible conditions on yourselves, and that's my turn. Layla is next. Though I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll be right back.
Oh wait.
Bye.
Resistance bonus. Is that a spell?
I don't think
Don't
so.
think so.
Shadow breath
No, I
sounds
think it's
like
an
an
ability.
ability.
Damn.
It says occult shadow.
Unity sensitive action.
It's a pretty mean ability, though.
Yeah.
Slowed for a minute on just regular failure.
I don't want to just checks.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to exploit vulnerability on him.
Okay.
So that looks
All
like
right,
it's got a
success.
weakness to slashing. So I will activate that mortal weakness, and I'm going to let's see, move up.
Yeah, it's made out of wood, I'll say.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should activate my inspiring stance or if I should strike. I'll move up and then activate my stance for now.
Okay.
So I'll roll a diplomacy for that. Jeez. Roll that.
Oh wow.
That. Well, I guess sure. I'll waste it on that.
Do you ever act just, kind of awesome?
I mean, I feel like the scales are gonna balance. It's gonna be like all ones next encounter.
Inevitably. Okay.
All right, that's it for me. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me 1 second. I just gotta add the slowed condition.
Oh wait.
here.
Sorry. You got a free recall knowledge, or am I wrong? That's when you hit something.
I have to try the instructive strike. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Dim.
All right. So only 2 actions.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Action 1. Move to here.
It was a cone of twisting shadows coming from its mouth, by the way.
It's horrifying.
Action 2. I'm going to hand. No. Action 2, I'm just going to raise my shield.
Okay.
And that's my whole turn.
Okay. And Layla, you're no longer. Oh wait, you still are enfeebled. Never mind.
Yep.
Okay, the sacrifice.
Okay, so we will. Is it possible for me to squeeze in over here, right in front of Layla? Okay.
I'll call it difficult terrain, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
My
So
easy
what
roll
we'll
is difficult terrain minus 2 to AC and attacks, but you're not going to stay there long.
no, I could move past. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll take an attack on me. Fair enough. Let's actually do let's put Thermal Nimbus back up.
Okay.
Apply effect. We'll do fire. Sure. So that's one action. Second action, I'll move past through there if that's possible.
Yep.
Okay. And then let's attempt a what the heck? Let's try grapple. Right?
Take it up to the
Yeah.
That succeeds.
Okay, crushing grab. I don't think it's going to do a lot of damage. It's probably not going to take any damage
Yeah, in fact,
because I do 3 points of damage.
It resists all of it.
No. And it might take some fire damage at the start of its turn.
It's a mixture of metal and wood, by the way. But yeah.
But that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Shift M.
Oh,
and your turn.
I should say, like the. Oh, I tried Shift M. I don't think it did anything. Did that do anything?
Yes.
Okay, but the vines that cover my bones help me grab on tightly. That's it's the aesthetics of this grab.
Cool. Okay, Morgan's.
Okay, we're going to. Dyn, you're getting the shield.
Cool.
And then. Layla. Gotta go fast.
Oh, lovely. Oh, gladly.
And that's Morgan's turn.
Alright, it is exposed to fire damage. How much? Half your level? 4 fire. And it gets weakness half your level?
Gets weakness half my level, and it takes half my level damage of 4. Yes.
Alright, so that'd be 8 fire. Okay, so I will apply that. Kind of mechanically in a stilted way, kind of turns to you. Well, first it tries to escape the battle. Where are the skills? Does it not have any skills? Well? Oh, it does. Oh, wow.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
38. It has a big old bonus.
Oh boy.
Well, that's
Great
enough.
job. However, it does have multiple attack penalty and will now attack you. With a claw. Okay. That hits. Oh, what's this? Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, there's cold damage included.
Oh, I picked the wrong one. So do you apply the damage, or do I click on damage?
Click on damage.
Okay.
Generally, people change their own hit point totals. Then he'll spend this next action to push you.
Fascinating.
40. That is a critical success.
At minus 10?
Oh no, it's the special push ability.
Oh,
So it's
yes,
like
exactly, yes.
Yep. So you're pushed 10 feet away. Okay, Layla.
Okay, now I'm going to do my instructive strike. So I will.
Yeah, Morgans, you're no longer enfeebled, so I don't know if you care. Instructive strike.
Ouch.
All right.
Well, it doesn't matter because I missed
All right, the crap rolls are
badly.
coming. Revenge of the
Yep. Averages out. Let's see. I will attempt a second attack.
Night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I either do one or the other.
Okay. Lots of modifiers. Let's see what happens here. I'm not sure what just happened. Oh. Right. No matter what kind of damage you apply, you trigger its weakness. Am I right?
Oh yeah. I always trigger the highest weakness, but it doesn't actually change the damage I do.
Yeah. So it's still the same amount of damage of 38 because it actually resists your damage also.
Okay.
FYI.
Fair. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll take that. And then I will recall
Critical
knowledge on it.
Fang bite. Okay.
Yeah, I just bite right into the wood. Managed to avoid all the metal this time.
Yeah. You see two, holes in the armor with your fangs in between.
Oh.
Oh, what is? Someone's requesting recall knowledge check.
Yeah, I forgot I had that macro set up from the... I don't know if you'd prefer if I use that or...
That's cool. Sure, let's try it. Oh wow. Hold on. I think it's applying the fact that it's a rare creature. Okay. And you get dubious knowledge, I see.
I do have dubious knowledge. I have to have it.
This season, this block, I have 3 campaigns where a new player has taken dubious knowledge.
I mean, as a thaumaturge, you don't even get an option. They're like, this will be
that's
fun.
True.
It's a fun one to have.
Well, you won't get to ask a question because I guess that wouldn't really work with dubious knowledge.
I also have the expand. What's it called? The thaumaturge function to give me more info than you normally
that's only
would.
on a success, though. Am I right?
Yes, but I don't know.
But it triggers when you roll a success.
Okay. Oh, that is a good question. That would be weird because that would kind of give it away, though.
Yeah, it would give it away if I gave you like a very florid description of
Dubious knowledge, as far as I've interpreted it, it's a nice excuse to basically gaslight the player a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get to ask a question, but you just might make up something.
Yeah,
Okay.
Know-It-All does just say when you succeed at check to recall knowledge. But I think you could always give me more fake info if I fail as well.
Okay. Well, you both learn that its strongest save is fortitude, and that it can fly in the right conditions.
Okay.
They can fly
Everybody
now?
can fly in the right conditions, Ronald. It's called falling to your death.
Okay.
Watch out, it might take off. And I think it's got a strong fortitude. Maybe in darkness. And sorry, I will I have haste actually, so that's actually only 2 actions.
Wait,
I'm going
strike.
to
Wait,
and strike.
Instructed strike, was that your fangs attack?
Yeah, they were both fang attacks.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the recall knowledge was free. Okay.
So I will move through him. Can I attempt? I'll move the same as he did. Squeeze through there to flank, which I should have done earlier, perhaps. And I guess make a third attack at the
Wow,
full
you can
minus
do 3
10.
instructive strikes in a row, huh?
Yeah, you can. It's, I believe, right?
With your teeth.
I'm just, it's yeah. I'm just going to town. I'm gnawing on him like a corn cob.
And you're like cross-eyed as you're staring and examining it.
He gets a lot through the taste.
Oh, that enfeebled. I mean, critical miss versus miss, but still.
Yeah. Hey, I thought I turned off the modifiers matter when it's a critical. I did. I told it to ignore crit fail over fail on attacks, but anyway, I think the mod just not up to date. Okay, I think you're done.
Oh, yeah, that's it for me. Sorry.
Okay, Dyn Marw.
Okay. I would like. Does the torch? Okay, it can be covered or hidden, but not squelched. So I'm going to use an action to drop the torch of a free action to drop the torch of bisexual lighting. Then I will draw my sword and attempt to hit this guy with my sword.
Okay. You're RPing the shadows effect.
Low.
I don't know why the Ron
Very slow.
is so enthusiastic today. It's,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I told it to ignore crit fails to fail. Okay, well that misses.
What are you gonna do? Those are my actions.
All right. So people know we had a 3.5-hour session today because of the session resume.
Oh, yeah.
So we have like 7 minutes. Okay, the sacrifice.
Hey, first
Sorry,
thing, summon a tree.
Summon tree.
Oh.
Oh, that thing.
Oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put it on the map. But is there a reason why it's exact same picture that someone used in one of my other campaigns? Or
It's one of the icons from Foundry.
Oh, it's from Foundry? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I love him.
Okay.
Or her.
That would
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that's 2 actions, and both of these 2 people will get the first 40 damage goes to that tree.
It's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is the best ability Kineticist has, I think. I love that.
It's probably pretty good, yeah. And then I will just do a ranged. Okay, let's try this again. I'll try my character doing a ranged fire attack on this guy. Hopefully it works. Come on. Oh. It keeps disappearing on me.
Oh no. Is it like mixing up with the initiative tracker on the top?
No, so I'm trying to use the drop-down menu, and by the time I get to the
menu.
right strike, it disappears. Elemental blast.
Because that happens for me.
Okay.
I don't know what Kineticist players deal with, but sometimes when my row of buttons is too close to the row of initiative on top, like they.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's. Oh, here we go. Okay.
That is a miss.
And it didn't have a target. Sorry.
But I'll tell you that it misses.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, 28 is not enough to hit this thing.
No, I didn't think so. All right, that's it. Shift M.
Yep, Morgan's.
Okay. Morgan's is first going to unleash their psyche.
Wait,
However, when they unleash
does the plus
unleash
one
it-
to attack was that aura activated?
I activated on my turn, but he is outside of my aura.
But the
Or
sacrifice
they are.
was in your aura, and I don't see it
Uh,
factored in.
True. Actually, oh, it's not applying to other people.
Yeah,
That's weird. I
FYI.
hit the
It
same
wouldn't
button
have
I did
changed
last time.
results in this case. 29 wouldn't have been enough either.
My aura disappeared as well. Like I don't know what's going on here, but I can't see the line for it on this map.
The line. Yeah, the aura's not. You can see the circle for some reason.
Yeah, mine either.
Hopefully, when we reboot next time. Okay, back to Morgan's.
Okay, as I was saying, Morgans unleashes their psyche.
Uh-oh.
However, different from previous times, when they unleash their psyche this time, a strange change seems to come over them. They first remark about feeling some weird pain as it unleashes. Then their whole body just seems to transform, almost like color shifts, and their voice changes.
To a scary poppet.
Yep, scary poppet.
Scary puppet.
And almost like a new persona just seems to pop out. Oh boy! It is great to be out of there, finally! I thought that idiot would never shut up and leave. Now then, what do we got here? Oh, it looks like some sort of wood statue thing. I'm gonna blow it up.
Awesome. Your persona's presence, it's this thing kind of mechanically moves. It doesn't seem to be immediately affected, but it might affect other creatures later.
I think, do we have to save versus your dark persona's presence?
It does everything within it, so
Oh yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. So Dyn and the protector tree, I don't think we care.
All right.
We should have a +1 from my aura against
Okay.
fear effects.
All right, Dyn and
Yeah.
Layla make will saves.
Here we go.
Yay.
Ready?
Congratulations, you're only feared one.
All right.
Oh wow.
Hey, I am rolling better than I've ever rolled in a Pathfinder tonight.
All
And
right.
that was a heightened magic missile they are using.
Okay.
Full,
Alright. Ooh, heightened
full.
magic missile, unleash psyche magic missile. Cool.
Yep. Okay, first one has unleash psyche, so fire, and then all 5 of the other ones then are without unleash psyche.
Okay.
Oh, does it only affect the first?
Yep.
Yeah, the +8. Yep.
What is this? Oh, a tangible dream. There's a different boost here. It looks like. What does this do?
It's a tangerine dream boost.
Tangible dream.
Oh,
Is that some song from the 60s? What is that?
it's an '80s band.
Oh, it is.
Okay, I also missed the lore here.
Oh, it
Well,
really
there's
is an
a
80s band?
toggleable
I honestly thought it
thing.
was some kind of honestly thought I failed a lore check.
No,
Yeah, I
it was
thought
it was
the
it was the
60s song.
'60s and '70s.
Oh, I got the right
German.
time.
German electronic band.
I
Yes.
got the right year though.
It is another toggleable thing on here that says the tangible dream. I think that's for amps.
Yeah. It would affect Force Barrage?
No, because Force Barrage isn't an amp. It was turned off as default. I was just
Oh.
noticing it. Okay,
Okay.
that's 3. Oop. Subtract the. Forgot to turn it off.
Yeah, just roll the others. But yeah, it's Okay, that's 4 plus 5.
And 6.
Plus 2, so 11 more damage. All right. 4 plus 5 plus 2. Yeah, that was 26 damage.
Wow.
Okay. So, I don't know if you are familiar with making chat macros, Morgans, but the extra missiles would be good to have just a chat macro.
Yeah.
That does 5d4.
I'll
plus
look
5.
that up. See how to do that.
Yeah. Well, that is the end of a round. I think that's a perfect time to break.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll continue next time. Viewers, I'll see you later. I'm gonna end the stream at this time. I'm just checking with my players.
I think I need to make a